Mazda know how to make a handsome car. From hatchbacks to convertibles, that striking design language is made to turn heads. And turn heads it does, even in the traditionally not very sporty SUV market. The first CX-5 made waves when it arrived in 2012, and this latest incarnation looks set to follow suit with its bolder grille and lower bonnet. Again, offering something a little bit different in a segment which, let's face it, can be a little bit bland in the style stakes. And as for this colour, is there a nicer red out there than Mazda red, or soul red as they like to call it? I don't think so. I think it's pretty obvious I'm a Mazda fan, and that's not just because they look pretty. They're usually great fun to drive and always feel very well screwed together. Take this new cabin for example. Not only does it look and feel very upmarket with its soft touch materials and very clean, very well thought out layout, it's also very solid and reassuring. These buttons and dials you just know are still going to be working perfectly in 20 years' time. Then the big chunky steering wheel feels great in your hands, and judging by the softness of this leather, they certainly haven't scrimped on cabin materials. I hate to use an awful cliche here, but it really is a great example of Japanese build quality with European design. It's even got a rotary dial in the centre here to work the multimedia system, something that's usually reserved for the likes of BMW and Audi. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay, no Mazdas do yet, but apparently it's on the way. So the operating system you're working off is called Mazda Connect. It's not quite on par with those premium rivals mentioned with the rotary dials, but it is very simple, and sometimes that's a good thing. It means less things can go wrong, and you don't have to think too much. Always a good thing when you're on the move. The driving position is good. You do sit a bit lower down than you do in some other SUVs, but that is adjustable, and if you prefer a lower down driving position like me, then that can be catered to as well. Personally, I think that's what suits the feel of this car on the road, because it really is quite planted for an SUV. It's got a low down centre of gravity, which means very little roll around corners, and it's certainly one of the more car-like SUVs I've got to grips with so far. There's a nice weighty feel to the steering, and like the cabin, it just feels very sturdy and solid on the road. It's also impressively quiet. This is the 2.2 litre Sky Active diesel with 175 PS, all-wheel drive power and a silky smooth automatic transmission to make it all that bit more effortless. Unfortunately though, all of that does up the running cost considerably, and in comparison to rivals, the fuel economy figure of 5.8 litres per 100 kilometres and €380 motor tax bill do start to look a bit steep. If you want to keep those costs down, you might be better off going for one of the lower power diesels, like the 150 PS manual, which lowers those figures to 4.8 litres per 100 and the tax bill to just 200. The boot measures in at 506 litres, which is just 3 litres larger than the previous one. To put that in some context, it's smaller than a Volkswagen Tiguan, but still larger than a Nissan Qashqai. It now benefits from an electric tailgate, and the seats fold in a 3-way split, making for some versatile storage options. The entry-level executive model will get you a generous level of standard equipment, including 17-inch alloy wheels, the 7-inch multimedia screen with Bluetooth phone streaming, push-button start with an electric handbrake and a leather-covered steering wheel. Move up to Executive SE for front fog lights and privacy glass, parking sensors, dual zone climate control, cruise control and automatic lights and wipers. Then this top of the range Platinum model gets 19-inch wheels, full leather upholstery, although this stone colour is an option, heated seats, a reversing camera and a 9-speaker Bose sound system. It also gets adaptive front lighting, which makes it a really nice car to drive at night. And there's something quite nice about the way the light illumination falls and stops at a certain height. Their heads-up display has also been upgraded, so there's no plastic visor sticking out over the steering wheel anymore. Now it's just projected into the distance as if by magic, which again adds to that premium feel. It's that premium feel, along with the good looks and drive quality, that give the CX-5 the edge for me. And if your priorities are similar, I'd certainly recommend that this goes on your list. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, as always, you'll find details of your local Mazda dealer, as well as all your other motoring needs on CarsIreland.ie.